Hello guys, today I have to bring you a new series called The Legend of Taigong Jiang. So with the Fortune 4 event, so they introduced a new character for the quest character for the Fortune 4 event called Taigong, which is actually a reference from the legendary Chinese fisherman who managed to fish without a lure. So I'll be loading a character based off that. So the name is Taigong Jiang. It's a kung fu master. So for this, I try to get the hermit outfit and the Taigong's hat onto this character, a freshly new character, by going through blade and support, but I was only able to get the hermit character over to this character. And so my problem now is I had to farm the Taigong's hat through the ring rest scene if the event ends before I make it to level 50, or the event still remains still available. I get to level 50 so I can get the Taigong's hat for cheap. So let's get started. Please do note that I will be watching the whole story cutscene.
Wake up, Cricket! Lazy bum, it's way past sunrise. You need to get up! Get up! What am I? Your mother? Ugh. Cricket, you're still in bed? That's not like you. Hurry and get dressed. Master Hong has called a meeting. Why are you asking me? You need to get moving. Use the W, A, S, and D keys to get your uniform. You can look around for it by using the mouse. Pressing the escape key or holding down the Alt key makes the cursor appear. You should be ready for morning training, Cricket. Are you still asleep? Come on, rise and shine. I think your uniform is the one on the dresser. Use the W, A, S, and D keys to go get it. Remember, you can hold the Alt key to use the cursor.
So yes, back to mentioning it. So for this, I will be reading through all the story dialogue, not skipping all the cutscenes, and trying to remain as many dialogue as possible. So like a complete new beginner playthrough. So let's get started. Also, forgot to mention that I'll be recording all the Act Chapter XP with premium, without premium, gold with premium, gold, additional loot, and the plot, so I can get an idea of how worth it is it for running through the story. So let's begin. F to pick out your uniform, then F again. I to open your inventory like many other MMOs. Equip it by right clicking. So let's go over some settings I recommend. So O, bring out your settings, or you can press escape and go settings here. So let's get started with the first one. First, I like to keep my max distance to 800. You usually start around, I forgot, I think it's 100, but it gets annoying for later content since the bosses size room dungeon are so big that you need to know what's going on around you. So I recommend setting it to 800. Next step, interface. Show server delay period. This shows your ping. So usually it's displayed up here next to your FPS. So I decided to change my UI, so it's down here right now. This one, I decided to keep this on since to prevent any accidental discard for items I actually need. Is a hassle to go through support since whenever I submit a ticket, it takes a day for them to reply since I'm in the Australian time zone rather than the NA time zone. Notification, I just set it to default. Status info, I suggest ticking the status bar, familiar status bar value as percentages, display HP always, display on hostile target, I just press target. It is kind of get closer, we put all. I done right, so this is the setting I use, nothing too much. Icon, I can set it to quite large, smaller if your screen is quite small. Combat, I just tick almost everything on except for damage inflicted on my target by others, otherwise it gets too messy the screen. This one I just disable. So most of them are just your basic default settings. Target, I do recommend sticking it to default because if you're doing to other stuff, your effects on target would not show, which makes it quite annoying to see the status effect you're putting on your target. For some classes it's quite important as it shows it makes it for your next move for your rotation. Name, I think it's default. Community, I think it's default as well. Screenshot, default. Other information is default. So at the start your UI might be not as outlined as mine, so pressing shift plus F1 makes it so you can adjust your UI. I adjusted a bit to suit my screen resolution and to my likings. So you can also go escape and shift customize UI. Some basic hotkeys: I for inventory, K like most MMOs are for your skill tab, L is your crafting. You must be level 11 to join a crafting guild. They're not really worth it to earn money, but worth it for yourself to make your own stuff, which are way cheaper than buying on the marketplace. F1 shows the announcement. F2 is your character profile, shows your gear, your stats. we'll cover that in a later video. F3, your wardrobe. With the recent changes about a few months ago, you can store all your costumes, weapon skins, pet skins, sorry about that, in your wardrobe. So before it's a premium exclusive thing, now it's quite good since they changed that. I believe this is exclusive on the NA and EU server, since the amount of costume people get are just ridiculous, and putting in your storage, it's annoying as well. F4 shows you out your friends list. F5, the marketplace, which I have not unlocked yet. F6 shows your mailbox. F7, your party finder, but no one uses that nowadays. F8 to show out your cross server. So dungeon, you need to be level 15 higher. Battleground, arena match, dungeons, this is where you find your dungeons. Battlegrounds, it's a 6v6 gear reliant place that a lot of high-end PvP players earn their gold stuff, but I don't like to do it since my ping is really high. Arena match, 1v1 duels, so they're skill based. F9 is the currency exchange hall, so you can use your Ncoins, your pay currency, to get gold, your in-game currency. So this part makes it a bit pay to win, but it just depends on the person if they can say it pay to win, since this is a community driven market rather than a enforced market. So you can sell as much gold as you want. So example, I put 1,000, that's the max. Yes, 1,000, that's max. I can put a price range on 3,000. That's the recommended price range, but I can do higher if I want, but it just depends if people buy it or not. Also, there's a tax, so 1:2 ratio is the max I've seen. So here there's the unit price, then profit is 10% tax. So yeah, F10 is your currency shop. During the specials daily that reset at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So my time is 10 a.m. in the morning. There's some stuff that you can buy, so such as this chest that's limited time only. So there you'll consider pay to win currency box, since but only appear at event times. They show hormone coins, which is your alternate pay currency that you get from the F9 tab, or you can get through various items that drops randomly throughout your playing. There's some cosmetics, supplies, cosmetic. You don't really buy this since they give it for free. Nobody uses it now. Maybe later, when in future patches. Yeah, there's some quite pay to win stuff, and some cosmetic, and some quality of life stuff, such as this thing to expand your inventory and your storage. Yes, membership, I got a year worth. So now, alt key, you can bring out your mouse, or tab, caps lock, so it just brings out your mouse permanently without needing to hold it down. So as I said, I got the hermit outfit, so let's equip that. Put that back in.
Cannot be stored. Please try again
Let's go
later.
make sure Gilhong is up. He's always the last out of bed. Cricket, hello? You're still not awake? Well,
The sun's up and so am I. We should spar again today, Cricket. I almost had you yesterday. Well, one of these days I'm gonna win. No one can stop Gilhong.
So yes, like mentioned before, your F key is your primary key that you use your interaction key, your dialogue next key, and a lot of uses as well. Actually, I might update my my chart when I finish recording, so it doesn't extend the recording time.
You overslept, Cricket. I won't have any students slacking on my watch. Master has called a meeting outside his quarters. Lu Song's off somewhere, and I want you and Jiang to find him. The meeting starts in a few minutes, so hurry.
So you can press W twice or shift key to sprint. So in this game you call a wind walk. So M brings out your map like usual. Using N key changes transparency of the map. I use this spell usually in dungeons, raids, so I can see the stuff on this corner, which sometimes happens. Your comma key changes the size. This dragon aura Balmy is a premium exclusive thing, so without premium you would not have it.
The clouds are rolling in.
Lusong! Brother Lusong! What are you doing here? Everyone's waiting.
Yes, I was about to head down. Oh, our little Cricket is up early today.
With my help, I might add. Huh?
What's the matter?
Over there. Maybe not. But there was a woman in white in the sky.
Still half asleep, huh?
No, she was there. I swear.
The bird that greets the rising sun is the first to eat its fill. It means those who train hard will be rewarded. Your day will come, Cricket. I'm hopeful that mine will come soon. Should we go to the duel hall?
Now we have unlocked a skill called glide. So you, while sprinting, space and space again, you can glide. Doesn't use your stamina, and you don't need to hold anything, so it just automatically does it, glide forwards for you. Space to jump as usual, while wind walking you just jump a lot higher.
Everyone is here? Good. Gather around me then. Closer, please. I have something important to tell you, and my voice is not what it once was. Long ago, the Hong Moon School was known throughout the Earthen Realm. People from around the world wanted to learn our techniques, the Hong Moon arts. I am unable to teach as many students as I once did. Only a select few have I chosen to lead down the path of Hong Moon. Our techniques are powerful, and only the compassionate and the honorable should wield them. To walk the path of Hong Moon and learn its secrets, you must act selflessly. Help those in need, uphold justice, and live with integrity. That is the path of Hong Moon. I do not take the Hong Moon arts lightly. I will only impart the martial tone to those who are ready to follow the path. So keep training and keep treating each other well. You will all learn in time. Now, where was I? Ah yes, Cricket, come with me please.
So you see this green gate? That usually means a loading screen. Usually if your PC or laptop has an SSD, the ones that you can see through usually will not have a loading screen, but the one that you cannot see through will have a loading screen. So like this one, it doesn't have a loading screen for some reason when you walk in. So stuff that shines up in like this light means you can interact with them. After interacting with them, the loot you get, you need to press F again. Okay, to open out your skill tree, like I said before, there's a lot of classes for a lot of skills, and this one is usually what I like to use, since you need to adjust your skills in the after chapter 17 of Act 1, so you can choose what's best in this current situation.
I am entrusting this book to you. It may not seem to be of much help now, but as you gain a new level of understanding, this tome will show you new skills and techniques that could serve as a guide as you continue along your path. Now that you have this book to study, you are ready to train in the Hong Moon arts. I usually give my students more personal attention, but I am not well. Young Muck is an excellent teacher. Take the book to him at the Duel Hall. Listen well and practice hard. I know you'll make me proud, Cricket.
So like this, you see this like stutter. Is when I went through the loading screen. Holding the middle button of your mouse wheel will allow you to turn your camera around, so it doesn't change. So when running like this, it doesn't change your direction. That's without holding, and this is with holding.
Well, why did Master want to see you? He did? The martial tone is only granted to students ready for more training. The book Master gave you contains all the basic Hong Moon fighting skills. You are a full member of the Hong Moon School, which means that from this moment forth, you are a formal disciple of our clan. Congratulations. I will personally oversee your training in the martial arts. Here, you'll need a training weapon. Go ahead and equip it.
So every class starts out with a basic weapon that is class specific, although some of them might look the same, but they're class specific. The graphics setting I have on, it's 2560 by 1080 ultra wide. You can only go up to 120 frames. Show frame rate. I have subtitles on. And setting everything is on max. I have motion blur and high quality motion blur turned off. UI is just the basic blue. Sound, I have music on. Since some of the music are quite good.
Let us begin with the very fundamentals of martial arts. Your opponent must be targeted and within range for your skills to be effective. Even the most powerful skill is worthless if it cannot reach the target. The basic skills of a Kung Fu master are straight jab, power cross, and spin kick. Target your opponent and you will see the available skills at the bottom of the screen. Pressing left mouse button uses straight jab, power cross, and spin kick. Gain focus by using these skills. Focus is consumed when you use other more powerful skills.
So as I mentioned before, your ping, it's a show next to your FPS tab, like so, what I have here. So when I press my left mouse button, it shows I have 295 ms. It seems really high for other games, so it's literally unplayable. For Blade and Soul, everything below 300 ms, it's alright. Everything over 300 ms makes the game sluggish, although the higher your ping is, the slower your attacks will be. So my 300 ms is covering this attack speed. If your ms is around 100, which is considered as really good in Blade and Soul, it will make your attack speed a lot faster, maybe like double my speed currently. And as you can see, it fluctuates a lot since it's also somewhat the way they calculate ms in Blade and Soul is different from the other games. I think I should turn my music off. Yes. So as you can see, it's semi-top tab targeted, so you can switch your target, but you cannot use tab to switch your target since your tab is also a skill. As a beginner, I recommend doing this to learn a bit about how the system works, like such as Kung Fu Master, you have a counter which is like a 1, so most enemies, the one that are in yellow, the name that are in red are aggressive enemies, so when you get close to them, they'll start attacking you. The yellow ones are friendly enemies. So I press 1, left mouse button, I can counter with my 1, but I have to time it right since, as you can see, there's a bar down here that only lasts 1 second. Within this 1 second time frame, I can do counter. There are many other classes, some have a block, some have a counter, some doesn't have, but most classes, every class actually, has a counter or a block, but the duration is different. Here's another one. You see I have failed to counter, so he just hits me. See, I have failed again, so you have to time it precise with Kung Fu Master. Now next step is using your 2, which is, so here's your chi bar. Most classes will have a chi bar like this, that's 10 focus. The exception is the Destroyer class, which has a different bar like this. That's more like your HP bar is out of 100, and your Gunslinger, this is out of 40. So some skill like your 2 uses focus. It says 2 focus use, and this one it doesn't use any. And your left mouse button, go here, it says recover 1 focus. So there's different skills that uses focus and regenerates focus. Usually the skills are, not all the time, the skill that uses focus are your better skills. So like here, so I now have max focus, I can use my 2 freely for a straight jab. So I can regenerate focus by waiting or using my left mouse button, which is faster than waiting and regenerating.
It looks like you received a letter.
So sometimes a quest letter like this appears, so hold your Alt button and click on it to accept it.
Have you been summoned? You've done well today, Cricket. We will continue training, but you are certainly a capable student. Your next trial will prove more challenging. All Hong Moon disciples must enter the proving grounds. The test represents the fear we all carry inside ourselves. If you are to be a true member of the Hong Moon, you must conquer that fear. I will take you to the cavern, but you must enter alone.
Now we're gonna go to the cavern, which is a basic,
Your friend has connected to the server.
a really basic place that you can use your skills to like learn what fighting in this game is actually like. Only like the basic part, not like the full post game. So here's another instance thing. So let me explain. Instance, the green ones, like this one, that with one circular icon, they're your solo dungeons. Only your player can enter, and so you cannot enter with a party. Then it moves on to a darker green one, which is a simplified dungeon that you can solo, but you can do it within a party as well. Then there's the blue one, a bit challenging. It's recommend using a party. And there's purple ones, which are your 6-man dungeons that most of the time for harder levels require 6 men, and there are mechanics. Older dungeons, usually you just damage it without doing any mechanics, since they're not worth it to do and your damage are way higher than the recommended. So let's get started. As you can see, my tab now appears. So for Kung Fu Master, your tab is a jump skill. So now you see, this is what I meant by a red tag. They will usually attack you when you are within a certain distance, like so. But this one, since it's just a training one, it's much wider range. Now since I'm semi-dead, so using a stake, we can climb out and recover, call for help, or return to a safe checkpoint. In dungeons, if you get into the stage, you can press 1 to recover at this spot. But this range is like a false leading, since the range of your enemy is like 10 meters at least. That's your safe zone. So yeah, if there's any other people around me, they can press F on me to reduce the recovery time by 6 seconds, I believe, or 8, can't remember. Now here's your item bar. You can press Ctrl R to switch between, but I never used that before since 4 slot is already enough for me. So press 8. I can use this tonic that recovers 30% over 12 seconds. It's the same as the regular tonic. You will replace this with something better soon that recovers 20,000 HP over instantly, have a 15-second cooldown rather than a 30-second cooldown.
Did I scare you, Cricket? I was only testing you. Master Hong must have faith in you. Take time to reflect and come back when you're ready.
So leveling up get you new skills. So the newest skills the newest skill I have learned is 3, your knockdown, so your CC. F is there is also a CC, and your 2, which can be only, there's a skill requirement that says grab or stuns or daze. So yes, okay, that. Yeah, so some skills are you only use when you are CC'd to escape, which are really useful in PvE and PvP. This is another weird part. Here's also another instance thing, but it doesn't show.
It's yourself you should worry about.
I'll kill you.
Cricket, run! Now! What?
Where's the sword, Hung?
Jinsayan, I saw you die.
And yet here I stand, old man. Yura, Gobong.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure you've seen that cutscene. It's quite amazing.
You cannot do that right now.
Lusung, you betrayed us.
You disappoint me, Master. Is this the true power of Hong Moon? Maybe the poison I put in your daily medicine wasn't even necessary.
Poison in my medicine? But why?
To get the Hong Moon's secret techniques. Though, with the school's performance today, I wonder why I ever bothered. Feeling weak, Master? I should have just taken the secret scrolls from you.
Stand aside. The Twilight's Edge. Finally revealing your true strength. As I thought, your power has not waned, Hong. but mine has grown beyond measure. So your clan ends here. Or will you save it? It's up to you. At long last.
Now, let my pupil go.
A promise is a promise.
Should I go and finish the job?
Don't bother. No one survives the Black Rose.
Wake up. Please. You are our last hope. Please stop her. Stop Jin So-yeon.
Hey, wake up. Wake up. Can you hear me? Hey, wake up.
You're awake.
So with that, this concludes of my first episode of the playthrough. So a lot of you guys are probably wondering who are those characters. They will be revealed in future stories. They are given out all through quests. So yeah, that's it. Hope to see you guys next time. See ya.